And congratulations on the victory. It's a bit of a happier smile than your oppo. How did you turn that game around after a pretty ropey start?
Well, ropey was probably an understatement. I don't think we looked like a rugby team for the first 15 minutes, whether it was, I don't know, the occasion maybe. It was a big occasion, obviously, and we obviously, it was error after error, and so I'm proud of the resilience we showed, to be honest, because I think for the last 60 minutes we were a good side and we put them in the right areas. At the time where they had a few cards, I think we made them pay, and that's what the game's about. We thinking back to when we went to Cardiff before Christmas, we were down to 13 and we managed to see that game out, obviously, and we had the flip side today. We had the ball and we had 15 obviously against their 13, and I think we managed that period well. We were clinical where we needed to be, and we looked after the ball a bit better than we did in the first 20.
This really proves rugby is a game of momentum, doesn't it?
Yeah, undoubtedly, and I think that's it. I think that once we had a sniff of it, it was good for us. I think that important as well how we managed the last sort of 15 minutes. We kept the Ospreys in there 22, which was important for many reasons. Obviously, from the game perspective, but also like we took a bonus point away with them as well, which is everything matters now going into the last phases of the season. And I think that we defended well in that period, and I thought Gars, some of the kicks he put in were right on the money, really.
You've just nudged ahead of Ospreys in the table, but still a lot of work to do. How do you see your chances of finishing in the top?
Yeah, look, there's a lot of work. I think we've got 4 games left. We probably need 2 of them, if I'm being honest, if not 3. Sides are going to take points off each other. I think that what we can do is just work on the next game and see where we are towards the last couple of games, really. We've got the Dragons away in the Millennium Principality Stadium in a couple of weeks, and obviously Leinster coming here, which will be a huge occasion again, I'm sure. So there's 2 big games coming ahead, but in the meantime, sandwich that, we've got some European knockout stages as well, which is, for us as a group, we've always said that we want to be competitive, and to be in the knockout stages is big for us. And I think that we've got to do it all again. It has a taste of, I suppose, a cup. Many years ago when I played, when you have the back-to-back games of the European Cup before Christmas. I think that played a number of those, which are always fantastic occasions. And I think the last one I coached actually was Scarlets Ulster. When I was coaching Ulster, I think that was the last back-to-back sort of phases of the European Cup. So it's a big challenge for us to go away next week and repeat it. I'm sure the Ospreys will be hurting after that, and it's going to be a good night next Sunday. I'm sure a good game.
Can you make sure that your players take the psychological advantage from this into next week, or do you have to say it's a blank page, let's all start again?
Look, I think everything has momentum in it. I think that the nature of these games is, it's a different competition, it's a different challenge for us. We haven't won in Swansea for a long time, so that for me is a challenge for ourselves. We need to go after that. Obviously, last game we went there, we played pretty well for 60 minutes, and then we were not the best for 20. And I think that for us it's about putting that 80 minutes performance in next week.
There's always like a preconceived idea that the Ospreys are the stronger pack and the Scarlets the better backs, but looking at the stats, your pack was on top today. That must have been quite pleasing as well.
Yeah, because that's a challenge. I think from a pack perspective, I think as backs they like to look at pace and speed. It's a bit more pride with forwards. They don't want to get beaten in the physical battle, and they'd have been proud of that as well. They'd have known that the Ospreys have got their DNA is they're a strong pack, and they want to come and scrummage hard and maul hard. And I think for ourselves, it's if you look at us throughout the season, I think our pack have been strong, and I think that the boys doing a good job at that. So it's nature of the game, I suppose.
Yeah, obviously for Fifita, man of the match, Lowsey very good as well. Just shows the benefits of having top end overseas players as well.
Yeah, I think Sam Lowsey's been outstanding throughout the whole season for us. I think he's having his best season since I've been here anyway. you know, and you're working hard, and so that's great, you know. And I think that you know, I think from a balance perspective, Garlic Hepburn put a good shift in, and Sam O'Connor coming on is worth mention as well, because you know, he's a young man with a bright future for me, and I think he's got a lot of talent, and I think that, you know, we need to unlock a bit of that talent with him. But I think from a scrummaging perspective, he's right up there, you know. And I think him and Eli coming on, you know, so I think that you know, that was good for us as well.
Yeah, you know, you mentioned Gareth Davies playing well. I mean, he's not playing like a 34-year-old, is he? I mean, how many years has he got left, do you think?
6, I think. Yeah. No, I don't look. I think when you get to that age, you just got to enjoy your rugby.
Yeah.
And I think that you take it year by year. And I think that, you know, I was done at 34. I didn't have any appetite to play further. But he's obviously chomping at the bit. He's ultra competitive. Even now, you know, I think that, you know, he hates it when someone gets better at him in training. And I think for us, that, you know, that's great to have that spirit. You know, I think that he's shown over the years that, you know, he's a competitor, and I think that obviously he's not playing international rugby now, so, you know, the Scarlets has obviously meant a lot to him throughout his career, but I think it's all he's concentrating on. So I think having those international breaks is huge for him, because it gives him time to recoup and recover. So, you know, we need to look after him, but he's doing a good job for us.
Is he good with the young nines as well? And
he's good with everything. I think he's not the most talkative of people. You know, he works for actions, and I think that, you know, and I think anyone who worked with him would say that he's always been the same. So you also let him get on with his own work, and I think that, yeah, look, I think that he put us in the right areas at times, and, you know, I think there was a couple of decisions, a couple of kicks a bit ropey from him, but I think in general, I thought he played well today.